About 6 days ago, I showed you a powerful chart on Bitcoin, one that shows us where we can buy amazing amounts of crypto in the biggest disgusting drops that occur. And this was based on the TRIX indicator. And if you have a look here in this video, you can see that, let me just zoom this in, you can see that this red line was nowhere near this golden dotted line. And if you was a patron of mine, I kept you up to date with this chart, and I showed you guys, I told you guys that I'll bring you another video on it. This is the video now. Anyway, welcome back for this video. If you're new watching, drop that like, give me a subscribe. You do not want to miss this video because this chart is absolutely powerful, and I'm gonna break it down again, show you this update here. Like I said, if you was a patron of mine, you saw the updates, you saw the posts that I was showing you. Here's a fine example of one letting them know where I think that the bottom is coming in. We're starting to see a small curve in this TRIX indicator, and now might be a time to consider buying crypto. So I want to go through this and really show you what I think on it with the whole indicating it as total, because it's done something that it's only ever done once in Bitcoin's history. I also have, before I go any further, I also have a thanks button on my channel. So if you see it and you find this video supportive, please do click it, show some support. But yeah, let's take a look at it then, because it really is powerful. And I've also now added a green line to this TRIX indicator. Why? Because this is where it bottomed out. And if you take a look, let me just explain to new people that are watching what this TRIX indicator does. It's powerful, right? Every single time that we see price action come below fall, and we see the TRIX indicator come into this golden line or kiss it, if it just touches it, we've always seen one of the biggest capitulation drops we've ever seen. And the last one, just an example, right, was this one here. And you can see that the price that matches up with the drop matches up perfectly as a great drop to be buying in. Here, if you bought anywhere of these massive wicks, that would have been a great buy. And let's just take a look back further so you can see what I mean with this TRIX indicator. So the red line comes into the golden area. Look at the massive drop we saw back in 2020. If you had bought down here, it was a massive buy for you, because you would have had, rode this all the way up like a boss, made insane money. Same for this drop here in 2018. When we saw this massive crash down, look, the TRIX indicator comes straight into this golden line. Perfect time to buy it. Right, so that's just a gist of what this indicator does, and this is on the daily time frame. We're looking for these large, powerful moves that can set you up for greatness. So when we look recently, let's measure it up with the price action that we saw, recently. We saw the TRIX indicator come down. It didn't even touch the gold line. It was close to it, and that's why I drew this green line here, because I wanted to see, has this done this before in the past? I'm going to show you that in a second. But look at this. We saw a massive capitulation straight down to around $25,000. That's the wick. That's where the wick ended, and then it started to come back up. Are we going back up again? Well, this is what interests me the most with this outcome right here, because now we're starting to come up on the TRIX indicator. What does it mean? It means we could be seeing temporary high movements, like money might start coming in, buying up, and we might start seeing the price go back up again. But if you take a good look at this indicator now, right, this one here, because it's so important, right, we didn't touch it. The green lines here, which called the bottom of the TRIX indicator, when did it do it before? Because it only did it one other time, literally one other time, where it matches this green line perfectly in its entire history. Look, if you go right back, you won't see it do it any other time. That was pretty much it, right? Further back, that goes below it and stuff. But the only other time where it touched it perfectly was this one here. And I need to draw something so you can see. Let me get the eclipse tool right here. From here to here, this was the only other time that it did what we're seeing now. What does it mean? Well, we could have a rally up. Just like this, we could see this TRIX line comes straight back up. It could rally up, and let's take a look at what happened to the price when it did it. And then it could still come straight back down afterwards and come into this golden line. If it did that, what would it price action look like? Well, I want to measure up to see what's going on over here, to see what we saw before. So, according to this TRIX indicator, maybe there's something bigger to come. Because if this is what we did now, and then we're seeing a rally up to this medium line, which is the 0 centered mark, well, the price action here is around here. So that would have been this massive wick down here. We see a rise up of, let's just have a look. So from here to here, we're seeing a rise of about 40%. So, you know, we could see, again, according to this, if it does something similar, I mean, I might be wrong, might just all just go parabolic. But if it does this and follow this, come back down for a second time, we could see a 40% rise in Bitcoin's price, and then we might see another massive crash down, which will probably be the last final capitulation. That's what I'm thinking. So, you know, I'm going to watch this and see. But if you look at this, actually, this was in a mid-bear cycle. Like, you know, we had the cycle, the bear market hit its top, come down, came up again as a sort of like a retest. You know, so maybe that's something what Bitcoin might do. It might retest highs again and then later on fall into a bear market. I don't know, time's going to tell. Let's just see what happens in the future. But when we look at this indicator down here, the TRIX indicator, it measures up perfectly to what we're seeing today. So we've seen this bounce, just one more time, we've seen this bounce off this little green line. It's coming up. So let's see if it can break above this, because if it breaks above this center line, which is centered at 0, then we will see a massive parabolic move in the future for this indicator and the price action to go with Bitcoin. Okay, so I just wanted to share this with you, quick update. If you liked it, please drop that like. Give me a subscribe if you're new watching. You don't want to miss these videos, because these are the videos that are going to tell us when we should be buying this crypto like a boss. Because every time we see these sharp drops in the TRIX and it goes into this gold line, that's the time to buy. That's the time where you're going to make insane money. Okay, and that's what I'm looking at for. So if you don't want to miss that, make sure you subscribe. If you want to become a patron so you don't miss nothing, oh, wrong thing. Here we go. If you want to become a patron, I've got 7 tiers, take your pick, right? Any tier, doesn't matter which tier you go for. I'm sharing these price analysis things to everyone. Everyone in my patrons get to see these alerts, okay? Because I think it's important. Every patron deserves to see this, what's going on, updated all the time with this chart. And then that can help you decide when you want to buy crypto or not. So become a patron. I recommend my exclusive VIP partner tier. If I scroll down, this one here unlocks all my posts. You can see when I'm buying, when I'm selling, when I'm staking, all of that. Right? And if you want a little bit more, I've got a CEO tier that gives you access to my VIP Telegram group. And I tell you, well, I speak to you way before I do anything, way before I buy, way before I sell. And we've got big money in this space, sharing great projects, and they know how to make money. Okay? So maybe that's for you. Guys, thank you for watching. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Cheers.